Hi everyone, this is me, Edwin Jules from Pageant Empress, and today I have a very special guest with me. I had Jian Lasala. He is all the way from the
Yeah.
Philippines. He's a fashion designer, and also I do have a fashion background as I did my major in fashion design in university. So I thought let's combine, let's collaborate, and do our
Mhm.
fashion review for Miss Grand International 2020. How are you?
Oh yeah. Hey, Saudi Cup. Saudi Crap. Sorry. Yeah. Hey.
Babu,
And
hi
Mabuhay.
everyone.
Yeah, Mabuhay. Yeah, I'm doing good. As of recording, we're actually on a lockdown. So again, and I'm okay. I've been like resting, but there's a lot of work. We just finished the Miss Universe gown, and a month ago, almost a month ago, or 2 weeks ago, I don't know. So it's in Belize now. Yeah, we're very, very excited for Iris to try it on.
This is in a
Sure.
random order, and in the end of the video, we'll be talking about our favorite top three gowns. My first one is the best in evening gown, so that's Miss Grand Mexico,
Okay.
Angela Urira. But I actually did not like a final gown. I liked a
Oh yeah.
preliminary gown, the pink one.
Yeah, yeah. Same here.
Gown is by a
Yeah.
Mexican designer called Noel Soto, and the shoes is
Okay.
by Christian Diva with a T. So Divot. She was reminding me of Paris Hilton. Like remember back in
Yeah.
2000, in the red carpet,
Yeah.
she would wear this pink
Yeah.
gown every single red carpet. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is reminding me of my childhood, and I was so happy to
Yeah.
see a pop of color because nowadays we see so much like see-through, gowns and like yeah,
Silver.
like yeah, silver, like very similar colors, patterns. So I was so happy to see a pop of color.
Not a fan of gowns that looks like a cotton candy or too sweet, but
Hmm.
somehow it worked for her.
Yeah.
And the gown itself was very haute couture, and the technique, it was not over the top. It just fell right into place, and she has a very sweet face. So
Yeah.
yeah, I loved it. How I wish she wore it again, right? And I
Mhm.
feel like the reason why she won the best in gown was that because the gown was beautiful and she was also beautiful. So
Yeah, she carried the
yeah.
gown really well.
First on my list was actually the final gown of Miss Grand Puerto Rico.
Sivalia.
Oh,
So
it's
it's
a
a
Thai
Thai designer.
brand.
Yeah, it's
Oh
a Thai brand,
wow.
not a Puerto Rican brand. And I,
Wow.
I knew it was Thai because I remember like watching the live pageant. I said this has to be from a Thai designer because the
Yeah.
embroidery detail, the style, it looks so Thai. Go
It's
on.
so beautiful. I'm not a fan of the color red. And
Right.
oftentimes I would
Same.
tell pageant queens, I tell them, don't wear
Don't do
red. Cause
red.
like, don't do red. Cause like I've seen, you know what?
Yeah.
I've seen red gowns in person on stage at Miss
Mm.
Universe. On a natural lighting, red looks fine.
Mm.
But on a stage like Miss Universe, it's filled with warm lights. It doesn't look good. And that's the reason why I would often reject the idea of national directors like, well, we should let them wear red. And it's not like,
Right.
no, not even red.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You
Not
know,
red.
I say the same thing. Like people ask me constantly, like, do you really hate the color red? It's not that I hate the red. It's just that I have seen so like over the years, I've been following Miss Universe since Amelia Vega won
Yeah.
2003, and like I have seen so many red gowns, and it
Yeah.
just does not stand out that much. Like people say, okay, it's a pop
Yeah.
of color, but
Yeah.
unless it's like the right shade of red, like the one she's
Yeah.
wearing,
On stage with the
there's
lighting, it
nothing.
actually, yeah, because like red is so warm, it
Hmm.
actually absorbs so much light. You guys can correct me,
Yeah.
but I've seen that. Even remember Catriona Gray's gown during the
Yes.
preliminary?
Lava. Oh,
The
yes.
orange, the
Preliminary. Okay.
orange
Yeah.
gown. Yeah, the
Yeah.
orange gown. The orange gown in person was so beautiful, but on
Uh,
stage it actually faded because of the lighting of Miss
mm.
Universe. Now, have been to a live Miss Universe pageant?
Not a miss.
George, the Miss Universe lighting, they don't have the white light. And
Really?
that
They don't
is
have
the,
white
yeah,
light?
they don't have much. Yeah,
Even
it's
Miss
all,
Grand has a white light. I'm surprised.
yeah, the Miss Grand color, the lighting has a white
Yeah.
light, mostly white. But Miss
Mostly white.
Universe is a combination of yellow, it's warm, that's the
Right.
reason why if your gown is on a jewel
Mm.
tone,
Mm.
it wouldn't work. It really wouldn't work. It has to
Oh.
have a color combination. Yeah. And that's the reason why I appreciated this red gown by the Thai designer. Congratulations. because he combined it with black and silver,
Hmm.
and it's a see-through gown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brazil. This was
Oh,
one of my favorite
oh
gowns. The
yeah.
final one. The final one. The
The
green one.
green one.
It was
Yeah,
so
I loved
good.
it too. Gosh, it reminded me of Zuleika's gown, only in green. And the vines?
Yes. It looked like
Yeah.
peacock feathers for me. Like, I don't know if you thought the same, but the
I
color scheme was so beautiful on her skin. It was
I
so good.
love I loved it. And I'm just staring at it like, how did they do that? How did they make all the bugle beads stand
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
No idea.
How?
And one thing
So
I really
beautiful.
appreciate, okay, the designer is a Brazilian designer called Helcio Jr. So he's Brazilian.
Okay.
So one thing I really appreciate is how the lines is like really enhancing her curves because she has a
Yeah.
very athletic body, right? She has
Yeah,
abs,
yeah.
she's a sportswoman. So I like the fact that the embroidery is like hitting the curves and making her
Yeah.
really feminine, and I really appreciate that.
And the gown looks like it came out from the sketch. Like you just sketch it on Miss Brazil and it just stayed there. It's like a painting. I really
So
loved it. It was like,
beautiful as
oh,
well. Yeah.
yeah. And again, George, I don't like the color green. The color green somehow it worked on her. It
Right.
really did. And the shade was actually different from the normal green. And
Yeah.
from my other designers, they always would tell me that your gowns should be opaque, meaning it has to be see-through or somehow it doesn't really have to be too solid. It has
Right.
a color combination, yeah, and it
Uh-huh.
worked for her, yeah. How about her preliminary gown? Do you like?
I really like her performance, and like I know she's super confident, but like design wise, for me, this is like too much. I personally
Too
don't
much
like.
of the neckline, yeah.
Yeah, like the neckline was like reminding me of like 90s, like yeah, choker style, and
Boutique,
also
boutique gowns, yeah,
yeah, and also the fact
yeah.
I am not a big fan of big stones, like big rhinestones
Oh,
on a
okay.
gown.
Yeah, okay, let's move on. I'm okay with it. Love it. I love Miss Brazil. Congratulations, Brazil.
Czech Republic.
Oh yeah, that was from a
Do you
Thai
have that?
designer too, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
have it. I
Thai
have it.
design. Okay,
The
so
red one,
she's
yeah.
wearing a red gown by GL Garlet Design, which is also based in Bangkok, Thailand. And
Yeah.
fun fact, this is the same gown Coco wore for Miss Grand International.
But it looked better on her actually because
Yeah,
she's
it looked better
taller.
on Miss Czech Republic.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. She's so tall and I loved it. I just felt bad because the gown was this one really looked good on her.
Mhm.
Even without the cape,
Yeah,
it would stand on its own. Maybe add more like floating stones here would have been
yeah.
perfect. But overall, I love this gown. Again, I'm not a fan of red. This
Same.
one, it worked for her. It really did work for her. Yeah, it
You know
worked
what?
for
Yeah,
her.
I agree. And like I said before, I also don't like red that much. But the moment she walked down in the Prilme competition, I said, "Oh my gosh, this girl is going to place in the final night." Just based on the way
Yeah,
she looked, the way she carried herself. I know she had a little bit of a hiccup, right? Like she like kind of
yeah,
tripped a little bit for like a few seconds, but
yeah,
she carried herself really well after the trip. A quick shout out to GL Garlett. It is one of the best designers, like in terms of beauty pageant gowns. He has
yeah.
dressed almost every single Thai beauty queen. We're talking about Miss Universe
Mm,
level, Miss World, International, even like last year's Miss Grand Thailand, Coco.
yeah,
So like he has
yeah.
dressed a lot of people, and I'm so happy to finally see Thai designers getting the opportunity because
Of
before I felt like
course.
yeah, before I didn't see that. Like especially for Miss Universe, we used to get like some boutique gowns, which was not even good. Like it was not even well fitted. It was so
Yeah.
outdated. I'm so happy Miss Grand is like allowing Thai designers to finally shine. So thank you to Mr. Nawat. Miss Indonesia, well, she had the same
Oh yeah,
gown. So it's only one
yeah.
gown she wore. I loved this
Oh
gown.
my
It was
gosh.
so
Like,
good.
but
And it's the two designers, Vicky Wu and Nancy Wu. So I think they're Indonesian.
oh,
You know what? One thing I have to
so
give
beautiful.
credit to like Indonesian designers are that they are really shining. Like the gowns they have been sending for Miss Universe has been so good.
Yeah,
Last year's Miss Universe, like 2019, that gown, oh my God, that was so good. Like
yeah.
I did not
So
expect
beautiful.
that level of
Yeah,
quality from Indonesia. And this
yeah,
gown
yeah,
equally stunning. And one thing I really liked is that even though it has so much beadwork, it does not look heavy. It looks so light,
yeah.
so airy, and That's what I want in a gown, like not a gown that has so much rhinestone that it's like weighing the girl down.
Yeah, because I know this gown actually from Aura is actually it has a significant amount of weight. But it
Yeah,
actually, the more weight on the gown, a beaded gown, the more it actually flows naturally.
right.
That's the reason why this kind of gowns has to be practiced every day. It has to be rehearsed every
Mm-hmm.
day when they walk. It's like a galaxy, the
Yes,
Milky Way galaxy. Yeah, a
yeah, it's like a
supernova.
universe. Yeah, I love.
Yeah, and actually like burst like the beads and stuff. I loved it.
One thing I really like about Aura is how put together she is. Like, I love her hairstyle.
Oh
I don't know,
yeah,
it's like a signature look now. Like the way she
yeah,
does her curls is so stunning, and I love that type of
yeah.
hair. Do you have England, by the way?
Oh yeah, England's gown was made by a Filipino designer, Chico Estiva. Um, which gown did you like? The red one?
The red one, the preliminary one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one, this gown, amazing. I loved it.
Okay.
Again, not a fan of red, but worked for her. I actually spoke to the national director of Miss not Miss Universe UK,
It's
Miss Grand UK, and they kept on asking questions like how is she doing, blah blah blah. And I somehow sent them some comments on how to like how she should carry the gown, how she should do the
right.
swimsuit. Stephanie Wyatt, she's so beautiful, and I hope she competes at
Miss
Miss
Universe.
Universe. Yeah, beautiful, gorgeous girl. I love the gown.
It was
Chico, hey Chico. Yeah,
hello, Mabu. Hi.
hi, my boy Chico. I miss you. I haven't seen you. We're actually friends. So yeah, this gown,
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
For me, I feel like Miss England was a dark horse in the competition. Majestic, almost like an English.
yeah,
And like I
yeah,
love
yeah.
this the neckline, like the asymmetric style. Because
Yeah,
on
the
one
thingy here, the ruffle here.
yeah, the ruffle on the shoulder balanced the bottom part. Like she had
Yeah, the
trained for
ruffle here.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought, you know what, that's a smart idea. Because if it was only on one side and like it did not have that train, it would have looked really weird. But it really balanced the whole look. So I said like it was a really good design.
Yeah, and when I saw the gown, I felt that this gown was not from a British designer because British designers they don't do this. But I also didn't know that it was from a Filipino designer, and I was so surprised that it came from a friend, Chico. And congratulations,
So I have Miss Grand Thailand, and like talking about
Chico.
the gold gown, what I really like about it is that so well fitted, like her
Yep.
silhouette, you can see her body so well, and I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
took like days or even weeks to perfect that shape. You know, when you're doing
Yeah.
these gowns, so like the fit was amazing, and yeah, like I wish she did not have the full sleeve because it was a little bit
Yeah,
covered.
me too.
She looks so good. Like she looks so regal. She was reminding me like a
Yeah.
Thai royal queens.
I have no issue with the gown. It's just that with the gold gown,
Yeah.
um, we mentioned that we like Miss England's gown. We
Yeah.
loved how over the top it was, and Miss Mexico's gown. I felt like maybe it would have been better if they made the gown over the top for Nam's personality,
I
less covered, no
yeah.
sleeve, but over the top. Because like she has a lot of personality that I don't think being regal and queenly is her character. She's like the life of the party. Why don't we just make her the life of the party?
Preliminary
Okay.
gown
Oh yeah,
one
the yellow gown.
yeah, the one with the one sleeve. It was by a Thai
Yeah,
designer called The Sea Couture, which is also based in Bangkok. What I
yeah,
really like is she looked like a superwoman. Like the way she was carrying herself. I know it was a heavy beating. Like I did mention, I
yeah.
don't like heavy beating, and she had heavy beating on the front panel,
She
but
did have, yeah.
she carried it effortlessly. The way she was walking, it was Jeannie Mai says, yellow.
Yellow is the color of joy.
Goodness,
Yeah, yeah.
so good. Like this color suits all the dark skinned girls. The yellow, orange, and like this bright colors. And I was so happy to see her finally embrace that. Because remember back in Miss Earth, she wore like a white gown and it did not really match
Yeah,
her. I felt maybe
yeah,
that's why she did not like move forward. But in here, I was like, wow. I was thinking like it's like African goddess. Yeah, it was like so
yeah,
everything was like matching. The only thing I wanted was her hair to be up, like out, like the final
yeah,
night.
yeah,
That is the
yeah.
only feedback I have for Miss US. But overall, it was just amazing, a masterpiece.
I agree because like my only issue with the gown, how I wish they made it serpentine cut
Mm.
instead of pencil cut. But I love the juxtaposition of the mesh and the solid yellow material with how the beading was placed, and everything was just perfect. Abena and Samantha trained in the same pageant camp where I belong, which is Cagandang Flores. Hi, Tito Rogel. Congratulations. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm a part of a
congratulations.
camp. Yeah, I'm a part of a camp, Cagandang Flores. So hi, Tito Rogel. Congratulations for doing such an amazing job. So yeah, congratulations to Abena. I also love her finals night gown. I don't know who the designer was. What I love about Abena's choice of gowns is that it has a unique juxtaposition that I myself could not figure out how they did it, but it just perfectly fitted her.
Yes.
It just fell into place. Yeah. Yes, it just blew me away. We'll just discuss it quickly. Canada's gown blew me away. I was like, oh yeah, this was really good. This is the kind of purple blue that I really love. And then Miss Grand Spain. I love the green gown. It was just a little bit heavy,
Oh, yes. That was
but
stunning.
I love it too. Yeah, Dominican Republic's gown by my mentor and friend Louis Pangilinan. Also really good. The gold gown with the tassels. I loved it. Ecuador. It was so sad that Ecuador didn't make it to the top 20.
Oh, yes. I was surprised. Like her preliminary gown was also stunning. The one she
I
wore.
love it. Yeah, the silver gown. Yeah.
The waist was like cinched in the right place.
I know.
So much because I think she has like big shoulders. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. She has a bit like big bone body. So like the fact that that gown made her look so petite, like it looked so good on her. I was surprised she did not place. Start with
There's
the
not.
preliminary because that was my favorite gown that she wore. It was
Oh,
so
okay.
stunning. That's why I'm wearing green. Like it's kind of like a homage to her.
Yes.
I thought
Yeah.
it was so good because yes, the final gun was good, but for me, the preliminary gun was so much better. I love the pop of color because it's Miss
Mm-hmm.
Grand. Green is kind
Green
of
and
like a
gold.
color, yeah. And I for me, immediately when I saw her in the green, I was like, okay, she has to win Miss Grand. Like this is
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
a walking Miss Grand crown. The way she
yeah.
gown was like, okay, she has to win. I saw Simsy winner. For me, that was like a big
Yeah.
tick, win tick.
Me
And what I
too.
really
Yeah.
like is how well fitted it was. Because remember,
Yeah.
she had 20 days to prepare. So I don't know how the designer did it herself. It was so effortless, so light and airy. And I think I'm kind of repeating myself, but that's what I like in a gown.
When she
Okay.
came out and I was like, okay, green, yeah, okay. And then when she was walking, actually I appreciated it when she started walking on
Yes.
the runway. And when I took a closer look at the gown, everything was beaded from
Mm-hmm.
scratch.
Yep. It's heavy.
From
You know it's heavy.
scratch, yeah. And for 20 days, I don't know, Louis, he's my mentor. Louis Pangilinan is a young designer, younger than I am, a junior designer from more junior than me. But he's my mentor now for gowns. I gave him that honor because I'm learning from him. And just everyone's idea, Louis Pangilinan did most of the gowns, most of the winning gowns. Miss Globe, Rowie Lucera's gown, the winner of the Miss Teen Eco International's gown, Miss Grand Japan's gown, Miss Dominican Republic's gown, Samantha's gown, and
Oh, wow.
Billy Hackinson's gown. I cannot enumerate everyone. During the pandemic, during the lockdown,
Did
he
you do
did
this?
everything during the lockdown. And I spoke to him and was like, you know what, Louis, babe, I call him babe. You know what, babe, the Lord is really blessing you. And with all the things that you're doing right now, you're so productive during the pandemic. And it's a lot more difficult here, George, because there's no materials, barely materials available. And for him to do this in 20 days with the tassels and everything,
Yeah.
amazing. With all the gowns to Dominican Republic, Japan, how did you do it, Louis?
Does he have like a
How did
huge
you do it?
or what? Like I don't know how he did it. It's because it's not possible to do one gown during the this crisis. He did like three gowns,
Yeah,
right? Japan, Dominican Republic, and her
and in
Philippines.
Philippines, and I know for a fact that he doesn't have a huge production line.
Right.
He manages a very very small one, but for him to pull off these gowns at a very short amount of time
It's
is
impressive.
a huge huge success. And May God continue to bless Louis because he has a very genuine heart. I'm coming from, if you've seen the details of the gown, it's actually all jewels.
Yep.
A
Everything is.
very heavy gown. And I saw the material. The material was sewn, the jewels
Mhm.
was sewn on in a very soft illusion tool. If it
Right.
wasn't illusion tool, I felt like it was Galaxy tool lined
Uh-huh.
with American tool, but it was a very, very soft,
Yep.
delicate material. After Catriona Gray's gown, this was the most superior. That
Mhm.
for me, George, just for me, in a designer's point of view, the best gown that was worn by a Filipina in an international stage.
Oh
And for
wow.
me, that is the benchmark already. Because if you see the gown, I felt like it was not made by a Filipino. Because a Filipino designer would always put everything in just one gown.
Right.
But for this gown, it was held back.
Uh-huh.
There was a good amount of restraint. It
Yep.
was so world class, so impeccable. I loved it. It was made by a young designer named Yeye Pantaleon.
The style was good. The only thing I wish was it had colors because on the
Oh,
light, the white light, because I noticed the crystals, the all those detail. I wish the rhinestone colors was not white. I wish it was maybe like a green or like a green and gold or something like that. That would
yeah,
have put everything together because I looked at the green dress, right? And I was like,
yeah.
that is Miss Grant. Literally, that's just Miss Grant all over her. And I saw this one, and I think someone leaked this gown like 2 days before the final.
Yeah, yeah, and me also. My only issue was that the length was just too short. I
Mhm.
felt like it would have been better if it had a train, or if it was on serpentine cut.
Yep.
It wasn't a serpentine cut because it was too heavy that the skirt kept on bouncing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. And the stones maybe it lacked clarity. What I'm trying to say is that the cut
Yeah.
it lacked the carrot or thingy. I don't know. I'm not a gemologist or a jeweler.
I know.
But yeah, but for a stage like pageantry, the rhinestones that you should use if you're a designer for pageants or if you do pageant gowns, it has to have the right amount of clarity that the light would bounce.
Yes. Yes.
Usually what I use in my beadwork is either I use silver combined with another rhinestone that has a rainbow shade. I just wanted to say that that is the kind of gown
Mhm.
we've been dying to see at Miss Universe.
Yes.
I mean, come on, Filipino designers, please. Why don't you make these kinds of gowns
This is
at
Miss
Miss
Universe.
Universe for a Miss Universe Philippines? I mean, it's so impeccable. It was so simple. There was no, there was nothing much there to be seen but just her
Yeah.
and those streaks of jewel. No
Yeah.
more, no more, no more
It was
stuff,
not
other stuff
busy.
over the
Yeah.
top.
No
Yeah, yeah,
fancy,
yeah. Not busy.
no
No
sequence.
more, no more frou-frou, no more anything. But it was just enough, and it really worked. But with this gown, I've been dying to see those kinds of gowns for Miss Universe Philippines at the stage of Miss Universe. Yeah, three that left a memorable mark for me is yeah, number one, Puerto Rico, the red gown of Puerto Rico, and then Mexico's pink gown. I love that. And yeah, I'm sorry, Philippines, the gold one. I have another one. I would have to say Brazil. Oh no, five. Aura's gown. I have top five. Top five. Aura's gown, the purple one. Brazil's green gown. Puerto Rico's red gown. Mexico. I love that. I couldn't. My mind's glued in that gown. And yeah, Samantha's finals night gown.
Right.
Yeah. How
Okay,
about
if you're
you?
gonna go five, I'm also gonna say five because I had three in my list.
Okay.
Yeah, mine in top five, I have Indonesia's gown, the purple and blue is
Yeah.
like amazing.
Amazing.
USA's preliminary gown, the gold one. I like Brazil's gown, final one, the green one was amazing. Philippines green, the preliminary gown, the green one, and Mexico's pink gown. That was
Yeah,
like,
I agree with Mexico.
yeah, she deserves it. Best in evening gown for sure. Yeah. Saying that, guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. I know we talked quite a lot, but
Yay.
we are huge pageant fans, and we
Yep.
love fashion. So I hope you like this video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Follow me at Pageant Empress, and also comment below who is your top five favorite gown and international. So where can our fans, our followers, find you on social media, Jihan?
Okay, so I'm such a small pageant vlogger, but you can find me on Instagram at Jian Lasala and YouTube channel just Jian Lasala. I'm more active on Facebook. Follow me there, Jian Lasala. I have so many friends. I cannot add any more. But yeah, thank you, George. This is such a great blessing. May God bless you always. You're such an amazing person. Pageant Empress, you can rely on him. You know, he's a very credible pageant
Thank you.
observer, vlogger, expert. You know, thank you, Thailand, Kapkun Kap, Kapkun Krap, and Mabuhay, Salamat. You know, fans. Thank you, thank you, thank you.